Are you tired of your bladder acting like an alarm clock? Waking up once, twice, maybe 3 times a night? You shuffle to the bathroom, try to fall back asleep, and just when you drift off, it happens again. You wake up exhausted. You feel cranky. You're living in a fog. What if I told you this constant interruption is not just an inevitable part of getting older? What if it's not strictly a bladder problem, but a lifestyle problem you can fix starting tonight? Let me ask you something, and I want you to be truly honest. How many times did you get up last night? Was it 2? 3? Have you just accepted this as your new normal? You are not alone. Millions of us are in the same tired boat. But today, we are going to fight back. This isn't just a boring list of do this, don't do that. This is your new rule book. This is an insider's guide to sleeping straight through until morning. Are you ready to stop being a zombie and start feeling human again? Then listen closely. First, we have to talk about the hour before you even get into bed. You cannot expect your body to just switch off. It doesn't work that way. You can't go from watching a stressful news program or arguing about a bill straight to deep sleep. Your brain is still racing. Your body is still tense. You need to create what we call a relaxing protocol. This is non-negotiable. It's a signal you send to your brain that the day is officially over. Give yourself 20 to 30 minutes. This is your time. What does this look like? It could be gentle meditation. You don't have to be a monk. Just sit quietly and focus on your breathing. In and out. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders. Maybe you listen to soft music. Not the news, not a talk show. Something without words. Classical music, or maybe just the sounds of rain. Maybe you do some very light, gentle yoga stretches. Just enough to loosen up your back and your hips. Reading a real paper book, not a screen, is one of an absolute godsend for this. A warm bath is even better. It raises your body temperature, and the subsequent cool down makes you naturally sleepy. This is your wind down. It teaches your body, now it is time for rest. And part of that protocol means setting up your bedroom for success. Your bedroom must be a sanctuary. It must be a cave. It needs to be dark. Not just dim, but dark. That little blue light on your TV, that street light peeking through the blinds, it's all telling your brain it's not time to sleep yet. Get blackout curtains. Use a sleep mask. It needs to be quiet. If you have a noisy neighbor or a snoring partner, don't be a martyr. Use earplugs or a white noise machine. And it must be cool. Your body's core temperature needs to drop to initiate and maintain sleep. A room that's too hot is an enemy to deep sleep. Now, here is a rule that I know many of you are breaking. Your bed is for 2 things, and only 2 things: sleeping and sexual activity. That is it. It is not your office. It is not your dining room. It is not your movie theater. When you sit in bed and watch TV, or scroll on your phone, or pay your bills, you are training your brain that bed is a place to be awake, alert, and stressed. Stop doing this. This is one of the worst habits you can have. If you get into bed and you are not asleep within, say, 20 minutes, you must get out. Get up. Go to another room. Sit in a comfortable chair under a very dim light and read a boring book. A real book, not your phone. When you feel your eyelids getting heavy, then you return to bed. This is called stimulus control. You must retrain your brain, like a dog, to associate your pillow with one thing and one thing only: sleep. And please, the electronics. This is a big one. That blue light from your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, it is screaming at your brain. It's noon. Wake up. Produce daytime hormones. It is the #1 enemy of melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. You must have a hard cutoff. At least an hour before your wind down protocol begins, the screens go off. Put the phone on the charger, in another room. Okay, let's talk about the big one, the fluid. This is where most people get it wrong. The rule is simple. You must limit your fluid intake in the late afternoon, and especially in the evening. This is just common sense. What goes in must come out. I'm not saying to dehydrate yourself. You must drink your water, but drink it earlier in the day. Front load your hydration. Drink plenty in the morning and early afternoon. But as dinner approaches, you start to taper off. And here is the hard rule. Absolutely no fluid intake for at least 2 hours before you go to bed. Not a small glass of water. Not one last cup of tea. Nothing. You have to give your body time to process what you've already drunk and empty your bladder before you lie down for 8 hours. If you are someone who drinks a lot, a good goal is to limit your total daily fluid intake to about 2 liters, which is about 67 ounces. Or just try reducing your current intake by 25%. You'll be stunned at the difference this makes. Now, let's talk about what you're drinking, because not all fluids are created equal. You must limit alcohol and caffeinated beverages. That relaxing glass of wine at night, it might make you feel drowsy, but it's a diuretic. That means it actively makes your body produce more urine. It also shatters the quality of your deep sleep, which can make the problem even worse. And caffeine? Don't tell me I only drink coffee in the morning. Caffeine has a very long half-life. That coffee you had at 2 p.m. could still be stimulating your bladder at midnight. And it's not just coffee. It's in many teas, it's in colas, it's in chocolate. You have to become a detective and cut all caffeine after lunchtime. And while we're on the subject of what you consume, we have to talk about salt. This is a huge hidden cause of nighttime urination. And I'm going to be blunt. Many of you are eating way too much salt, especially at dinner. You eat that canned soup, that frozen dinner, those salty chips, that pizza. What does salt do? Salt is a water magnet. It makes your body hold on to water like a sponge. So all day, your body is holding this extra water. Then, when you go to sleep and your systems finally have a chance to process everything, your body starts to release that salt and all the water it was holding on to right into your bladder. And at 2 a.m., you're wide awake. You must reduce your dietary salt and protein intake, especially late in the day. Read labels. Cook for yourself. Use herbs and spices for flavor, not the salt shaker. This one change can be absolutely life-altering. Now, I want to share something that might just be the aha moment for many of you. This is the big insight. You think your problem is all about your bladder, right? What if I told you it's actually about your legs? That's right, your legs. Think about your day. You sit at a desk, you stand at the counter to cook, you sit in a chair to watch TV. For 16 hours, gravity is pulling fluid down into your lower extremities. This is called dependent edema. It's that slight swelling you might feel in your ankles or calves at the end of the day. Your socks might leave a deep line. Then, what happens? You finally go to bed. You lie flat. For the first time all day, your legs are at the same level as your heart and your kidneys. Your body, which is brilliant, says, "Great! All that fluid that was pooled in the legs, we can finally reabsorb it." This fluid, liters of it sometimes, rushes back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys get this sudden, massive new load of fluid to filter. And boom, an hour or two later, your bladder is full. And an hour or two after that, it's full again. This isn't a bladder problem. It's a plumbing and a gravity problem. So how do we fight this? We are smarter than gravity. We have to get that fluid out of your legs before you go to bed. Starting right after dinner, you must elevate your lower extremities. Put your feet up. If you have a recliner, use it. Lie on the couch. Put your feet up on a pillow or an ottoman. We want them higher than your heart. Do this for an hour or two while you read or watch TV. This allows that fluid to re-enter your system while you're still awake and can go to the bathroom a few times before you get into bed. If you have more significant swelling, you need to talk to your doctor about compression stockings. These support hose are incredible. You wear them during the day. They gently squeeze your legs and prevent the fluid from pooling there in the first place. No pool of fluid in your legs means no flood of fluid at midnight. This is also why you must avoid long periods of standing still. When you stand still, you're just letting that fluid pool. If you have to stand, move around, pump your calves, keep that fluid moving. This brings me to movement. Your body is designed to move. A sedentary lifestyle is a friend to Nocturia. We need regular physical activity. An afternoon walk is one of the best things you can do. It gets your circulation going. It uses your leg muscles as a pump to push that fluid back up into your body during the day. It helps you sleep deeper at night. But here is the key. Do not exercise late in the day. Vigorous exercise close to bedtime raises your core body temperature. It releases endorphins and adrenaline. These are awake signals. It's like drinking an espresso. Keep your exercise to the morning or afternoon. And while we're on the topic of movement, let's talk about the muscles you can't see, your pelvic floor. These are the muscles that form a hammock or a sling at the bottom of your pelvis. They hold your bladder and your urethra. As we age, just like any other muscle, they can get weak. A weak floor means less support and less control, but you can train them. We've all heard of pelvic floor muscle exercises or Kegel exercises. You have to do them, and you have to do them correctly. Think about the muscle you would use to stop yourself from passing gas or to stop the flow of urine midstream. That's the one. You need to squeeze, lift, and hold, and then fully relax. Nobody even knows you're doing them. You can do them right now while listening to me. You can do them at a red light. You can do them while you brush your teeth. This strengthens the very mechanism that keeps you continent at night. Now let's talk about 2 bad habits that are destroying your sleep schedule. First, afternoon naps. I know, you're tired, you didn't sleep well last night, so at 3 or 4 p.m., that couch looks so inviting. You lie down for just a minute and wake up 2 hours later. You have just ruined your night. You are stealing sleep from your sleep bank. You're releasing all that wonderful sleep pressure that's been building up all day. Then, when it's your actual bedtime, you're not tired. You lie awake, and the cycle repeats. If you absolutely must nap, you must follow the rules. Keep it before 3 p.m. and keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, max. Set an alarm. A short power nap can be refreshing. A long late day nap is self-sabotage. The second bad habit? Going to bed too early. This sounds crazy, right? You're tired, so you should go to bed. But if you're going to bed at 8:30 p.m. and then wondering why you're wide awake at 4:30 a.m., there's your answer. Most of us, even as we get older, only need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. If you go to bed too early, you're just going to wake up too early. Or worse, you'll lie there awake, which, as we discussed, trains your brain to be awake in bed. Be realistic about your sleep needs. We also have to talk about smoking. If you are a smoker, especially if you smoke after dinner, you are just asking for a restless night. Nicotine is a stimulant. It's in the same family as caffeine. It interferes with your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. Quitting is the best thing you can do for your entire body, and your sleep will be one of the first things to thank you. Let's touch on medication quickly. If you take a diuretic, a water pill, for high blood pressure or another condition, when do you take it? If you take it at dinner or in the evening, you are literally telling your body to produce a massive amount of urine all night long. You are setting yourself up for failure. This is a critical conversation to have with your doctor. Ask them, can I adjust the timing of this diuretic? Many doctors will suggest taking it in the afternoon, maybe around 3 or 4 p.m. This way, the pill does its main work while you are still awake and active, and it's wearing off by the time you're heading to bed. Never change your medication timing without talking to your doctor, but please ask the question. Finally, let's talk about the mental game, your mind. You've done everything right. The room is dark. You haven't had a drink in hours. Your feet were elevated. You get in bed. You turn out the light. And your brain turns on. You start thinking about your finances. You worry about your kids. You start planning tomorrow's grocery list. You rehash that argument you had with your neighbor. This is not relaxing. This is problem solving. This is stress. When you do this, your brain releases cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's the fight or flight hormone. It is the exact opposite of the sleep hormone. You are chemically blocking yourself from sleep. You must avoid thinking of serious life issues, problem solving, or rehashing daytime events while you are in bed. Your bed is a place of peace. If these thoughts start to flood in, get up. Go back to that chair in the other room. Get a worry pad and a pen. Write down every single thing that's bothering you. Get it out of your head and onto the paper. Promise yourself you will look at that list and deal with it in the morning when you are fresh. Then go back to bed. You see, it's not one thing. It's a system. It's creating a wind-down protocol and a sleep sanctuary. It's being strategic about when and what you drink. It's kicking that late-night salt habit to the curb. It's understanding the insider secret of gravity and fluid and using leg elevation to beat it. It's moving your body at the right time of day. It's strengthening your pelvic floor. It's stopping the self-sabotage of late naps and smoking. It's checking your medication timing. And it's calming your mind. This is how you win back the night. It takes effort. It takes discipline. But aren't you worth it? Isn't a full, deep, uninterrupted night of sleep worth giving up those salty snacks or that late-night news show? You have the tools. You have the knowledge. You are now armed with the facts. The change doesn't have to happen all at once. Pick 2 or 3 of these things to start with tonight. Maybe you just start by elevating your legs and cutting out fluids 2 hours before bed. See what happens. You have the power to fix this. Tonight, the change begins.